Good evening. This video is about rewilding, and I just happen to have a rewilding shirt on. It says Rewild. That's one of my favorite shirts that I made. It's on TeePublic, and my name there is Pasta Barb 1. Pasta Barb 1. But anyway, it's not really to sell t-shirts, but if you want it, you can get it. I like it. Now, many people have fancy charts behind them on TikTok. You know, I'm way behind in technology, so I used Magic Marker. This circle represents all land use. We're going to be talking land use of the world's agriculture. Both animal ag, which includes grazing land and land for animal feed crops, and plant agriculture also for human food. And then there's biofuel, a little bit for biofuel. So that is the whole agriculture thing there. And that just represents it. Now, but worldwide, we have a climate crisis, and our food is a primary factor in killing this earth. Animal ag is a huge culprit in methane, waste, nitrous oxide, CO2, antibiotics, viruses, possible pandemics, and species extinction. And I'm sure there's more. That's just what I came up with in a hurry. But if we all were plant-based, we would only need... Which way do I want this? Shoot, I don't know. How's that? Yeah. Okay. We would only need this much, the purple. Land, and this much land, 1/4 of what we were doing before with the animal agriculture mixed in there. This would feed the entire world. If we were plant-based, 1/4 of what we are using now, would feed the entire world, and we could easily do it. Now, think about it. This much land being used, and we cannot feed the world. People are starving right now. Millions of people are starving. Or we go plant-based as much as possible right now, and just, you know, it's going to be a process for a lot of you. But we can feed the entire world. So we have freed up all of this space in the yellow. Okay, all of that is free land now. Now, what are we going to do with it? We are going to make good use of it. We are going to rewild the land. Now, what is rewilding? It's letting the land go back to its original form. Now, in the 1800s, about 40% of the agricultural land was woody savanna or woods. Okay, it wasn't just that dirt flat land to make corn and soy. You know, it wasn't just that, or it wasn't just grazing land. It had trees, it had shrubs, it had biodiversity, it had wild animals instead of cows. Okay, we knocked all that out of there, and now we've got that flat land that we're ruining the soil. we just go humans. So anyway, yeah, we got to fix our problems. So all of that flat farmland, we've got to get rid of that, and except for we got to put plants on it to feed ourselves. And so this part, the yellow part, we can leave it alone and it will grow wild again, or we can put native trees and shrubs native to the areas, because they would sequester CO2 the best. See, we're going to be taking CO2 out of the air, trees absorb it, shrubs absorb it, and that is the best way to go. We can also introduce species and take care of the species extinction. We can have a whole lot more biodiversity that way, and that is healthy for ecosystems. And I wish I'd looked this stat up, but I didn't, and to make sure it's absolutely correct. It may be like almost correct, or it might be totally correct. But if we do this, it will erase 14 years of greenhouse gases from the air, which would then buy us more time to get our other eco-solutions set and spread around the world, like the electric vehicles and the, handling a lot of those things. So this buys us time, and it actually can reverse what we've got going on right now in our air. So it's very, very important. So that's the video for tonight. That's enough knowledge for you, enough throwing that plant-based stuff at you. It's so important. And you know that our government is going to be so far behind in that kind of thing. So you've got to hear it from people. You've got to spread it to other people. If you cannot go vegan, if all that stuff is too hard, just start trying with like 1 or 2 things. You know, make 1 or 2 switches. You know, your crackers or in your chips, you can make sure those are vegan. Make sure they don't have milk in them or cheese. You know, a couple of your products, and each, you know, maybe like each week or each month, do 2 more. You know, and just kind of go that way. And at some point, you may reach a limit where you just go, well, I can't do any more right now. Well, you're already helping more than you were before. So that's what you do, and you tell other people to do the same thing. Meanwhile, we will work getting more vegan products in, and teaching people how to make foods with, say, lentils and legumes and all that kind of thing, things we're not used to doing here in America. Meat and potatoes. Yeah, and hot dogs and hamburgers. Well, we do have good plant-based burgers, and some are healthy. You have to read the labels, and don't just believe everybody that just goes, oh, it's so processed, it's so processed. You know, it's got chemicals in it. Well, the plant-based burgers really do vary a lot, and some of them are quite healthy. Same with the vegan sausages. Some are quite healthy. So start taking a look, start reading the labels. Okay, that's good homework for you. Read some labels, and look for things like milk powder, condensed milk, casein, casein. Some of the lactase, lactose, lactic acid things get a little confusing. One or two of them, I believe, are milk, and the lactic acid, you're fine. That's actually not milk if you see lactic acid there, so don't worry about that. But just get the general ideas. You know, get as close as you can, and don't sweat the small stuff. Don't get worried that you're not going to be a perfect vegan. It could be a wall for some of you, because if you don't care about what's happening to the animals right now, I can't make you care right now. But I was the same way. I blocked it out for a long period of time, and I wanted to eat the foods I wanted to eat. And so I know where you're at. I know how it feels, and all I can say is I challenged myself to try to be vegetarian for a month, and then my head kept going, try to be vegan, and just for a little bit before you give up altogether, because I really thought I would fail. And I managed to stay vegan, and it's been 13 years. So you never know. You never know unless you try. And like I said, a little bit at a time, and just do what you're comfortable with right now, and we'll make this switch. We'll all make it together in our own ways. Okay? All right. Cheers. Good evening. Goodbye.